Senator, I want to clarify, you have sponsored a bill that has, started a raging controversy, and that is the bill that would establish a commission, a national commission on hate speech. We know that one of the contents, one of the stipulations is that hate speech offenders could die by hanging. Can you talk a little bit about that and why you think that's appropriate in our current national context?
Well, in the first instance, I understand where people are coming from. And let me put a context very straightforward, now that I have the opportunity. I sponsored this bill as part of my contribution to national development. And let me say, I've seen so many people making reference to other personalities and whatnot. I did this on my own, and there was no prodding from anybody. In fact, it was a bill I conceived as far back as 2015. And this was after I've done some bench level, research on my own, worried about the rate at which you see violence being unleashed as a result of somebody's careless talk. And I started asking questions, and I saw quite a lot. And I would say that I was amazed at the level of discussions that has taken place over the past 5, 6, 7 years on this subject matter, including seminars conducted by most of the people who are now raising, eyebrows over it. But be that as it may, let me say very clearly that the Constitution has guaranteed the right to life for everybody. Somebody must not die in somebody's hand because I want to express myself. And our laws, clearly, right now in Nigeria, when you kill somebody, we have laws that says if you are found guilty beyond reasonable doubt, you also die. And I think the case in point, for example, that I could remember very clearly was the case of the police officers that killed some people in Kogi State. That case went as far as the Supreme Court. But now,
Senator, I'm sorry, we'll have to look at whatever it is you want us to look at when we come back from this break. Please stay with us. Our closing moments now with Senator Abdullahi. Just before we went on break, you're about to give an instance. But just before you give that instance, I was wondering if you clarify for us in your bill, what are you clarifying or what are you saying hate speech is?
Well, the issue is that hate speech is definitely, that speech somebody made in public, which is targeted at an identified group, and as a result of that, leads to violence or other, what did they call it, disorder as a result. And what we're saying here is, I know the issue of concern about to die by hanging, it is very clear that when you are found beyond reasonable doubt to have said something which as a result leads to somebody's death because violence is unleashed, that is where we're talking about that. And I think the jurisdiction of the bill itself entirely is going to be within the frame of our law, which is the Federal High Court. Isn't that going to be a
little tight to prove? I mean, that maybe somebody said something in public and maybe somebody else somewhere in an unconnected situation, perhaps days, months after, performed some act of violence as a result of what somebody else has said.
Let's get it clear. For example, there is this Center for Information Technology and Development based in Kano. They said they are involved in monitoring, what they term hate speech. And between June and December 2016, they recorded 6,238 incidents of people saying things that are hurtful. Because, you see, I don't think it is something that is strange. Because even as kids, when somebody says something you don't like, you find yourself wanting to quarrel, wanting to fight the person. So, but here what we are saying is that when people go out and say things irresponsibly, that at the end of the day invoke some hurt in other people and even lead those people to violence.
So let me clarify this. If it doesn't lead them to violence, will it still be clarified? Will it still be classified as hate speech?
It depends on the action that that speech led into. And I think, you see, people should take note that I come out today and say government is not doing this and government is not doing that. That is not the kind of thing we're talking about. That is why it said It must be made in public, targeted at a particular group. And in this particular instance, I'm giving you the statistics I'm trying to give you. It is mostly linked to issue of religion and ethnicity, for example.
Senator, just to be very clear, when people think of hanging, they think of the crass brutality of now defunct military regimes in the country. Is there no way to kind of give an existing institution a power to potentially sanction hate speech as opposed to going in this radical path?
Well, the issue is simple. This is a proposal. A bill is a proposal, and it is going to go through legislative processes. And at the end of the day, it's going to go for the second reading, for example, and after that, it goes for public hearing. Now, people will come out and say what will work and what will not work. That's why we're a democracy. And I think at the end of the day, for the Nigerian National Assembly, whatever it is that will serve the best interests of Nigerians, I want to assure you that is where the Nigerian National Assembly will go to. But I will say very clearly that definitely it is not something new, because there are countries that already have laws that have taken care of these situations. And I know the issue of maybe the hanging is what people tend to take as...
Senator, it's a good place to leave it. We have to thank you most kindly for coming on Sunrise Daily. Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi is the Chairman Senate Committee on Media and Publicity. Well, that's Sunrise Daily this morning. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf.
Thank you for watching. I'm Ajuri Ngelale.
Well, yes, indeed, Senator, that bill is something we're going to revisit in the days ahead, this hate speech bill. Well, that's the show as well. Thank you for watching. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
I'm Gimba Umar. I'm Neo Taigwe. Have a good day.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.